Hello and welcome back to the Car Diaries and welcome to 2020. I know it's August already, however, obviously coronavirus has unfortunately taken hold of us all and we've all had to shelter and stay safe. So I hope you've all been at home and are safe and well. So to kick things off, the 2020 Porsche 992 Turbo S. The sun is shining and this is in Cabriolet form, so we could not have picked a better car for the day. So let's take a little look around this specific car first of all, before we get behind the wheel and find out what this weapon is all about. So this particular car, finished in Porsche's iconic GT silver metallic paintwork, which I'm sure you will agree it looks absolutely tremendous. We have quite a number of options on it, so just walking around the vehicle, as you'll see, we have the LED matrix light system, so Porsche's sort of most advanced light system, which is absolutely fantastic. We then have the upgraded alloy wheels, which are done in a gloss black and diamond cut finish. These are the sport design wheels with those massive yellow carbon ceramic brake calipers behind. Worth noting, this car also has the sport design package, which gives you an extended front lower lip, which comes out once you select Sport Plus mode on the vehicle, which we'll show you now potentially if Matt edits that in. And it also gives you a rear wing which extends as well, again once you're in Sport Plus mode, or alternatively you can override the system and do that manually if you wish to do so. So with a bit of YouTube magic, and we've turned around and we are looking at the rear ass of this stunning car, and it is quite the rear ass. So as you'll see, we've got a beautiful full length tail lamp which goes right across the back end of the car. If it was down to me personally, I would leave that on all the time as I think it looks absolutely fantastic. You see we have the Porsche logo here, and we've deleted the Turbo S option, so instead it's just got the nice retro 911 logo, which I think looks absolutely stunning. Moving down, obviously with the sport design package, we've got a more aggressive sort of rear apron, and we've also got the sports exhaust specified with the silver tips as opposed to the black tips, which I just think stands out a little bit more, especially with the car being GT silver as well. And you'll notice that they are sort of almost GT2 RS style rear tips, so just twin pipes as opposed to the standard quad setup that you get on the car if you weren't to specify the sports exhaust. Now as we work our way round, again, stunning wheels on the rear with the yellow carbon ceramics. The wheels are actually an inch bigger on the rear compared with the front, which just gives that extra stability as with all 911 turbo products. And the interior on this one I love, but I think probably will be rather controversial, so let us know what you think. So it's Bordeaux red with a contrasting crayon insert. So we've got crayon insert in the centre of the seats, which I think looks really tasty. Quite a brave specification. And yeah, of course, the Bordeaux red goes beautifully with the red hood on the car as well. All the usual sort of interior tech, almost identical inside to the standard 992, the 992 4S that we had on the channel about this time last year. And you'll see we've got all these standard sports chrono and things like that. So without further ado, let's get this beast started up, take it out for a bit of a blast on this beautiful day and see what the car is all about. Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the Porsche 992 Turbo S Cabriolet. We've got the roof down, it's glorious sunshine here today, and I could not think of a better car to be in right now. This thing has blown my mind and I'm going to tell you exactly why. So I've just popped it back into normal mode so that we can actually talk and hopefully you can hear me a little bit. So we've got the wind deflector up, which is fully electric, which is really cool. So as you can hopefully see, if I press the button right, got to hold that in, there we go. Wind deflector up, wind deflector down, so you play around with that. And we'll leave the side windows up just now as well, so hopefully you can hear us okay in this video, and there's not too much wind noise. So yeah, this thing, let's just take a look at some figures. So 0 to 60, 2.8 seconds. Top speeds, 205 miles an hour. This has got 3.8 litre twin turbo, flat 6 engine, and what an engine this is. Porsche have done an incredible job with this thing. So let's talk a little bit more you know, about how this thing actually sort of drives and your driving modes and things like that. So at the moment, as I say, we're in normal mode, so that's one of 5 modes in the 992 Turbo S. So our other modes, if I just bring them up here, we've got wet, we've got normal, we've got sport plus, and we've also got individual. So obviously individual, you can set things up exactly as you wish, play around with suspension setup, exhaust note, everything like that. what we're going to do is we're coming up to a nice twisty bit of road, is switcher from normal, which is we're doing 45 miles an hour in 7th gear, into Sport Plus. So we'll just get by this cyclist before we do so we don't give them a fright. Because I tell you, this thing sounds really, really, really fruity. I wasn't really sure what to expect. Being a turbo, I thought it would be a little bit muted, but whoa, I was wrong. I was completely wrong. So switched up, Sport Plus mode. So it's coming up the dash here, spoiler extended, so it extends the rear spoiler and also reduces the ride height as well. So we'll get on the paddles here, press the M button in the centre so that we're purely using the paddles. So it's an 8-speed PDK gearbox in this, which for anyone who's driven a Porsche will know how good these boxes are. So let's get the foot down and see what this thing's like. Words cannot even describe how good this is. It doesn't feel real, it's that good. The grip this thing has is just sublime. Absolutely sublime. I mean, it's like it's on rails. The speed you can carry in the corners, the instant acceleration as you push out of corners, and of course, carbon ceramics in this car as well, so the braking, you know, is just nuts, which I'll show you up here once we get by this cyclist. Let's see. Right, let's try the brake lap. Yes. Well, that's yeah. I mean, the G-forces in this thing is just bonkers. So for anyone who recognises that we're on the road and we had the Aston Martin DBS Supercar on. So DBS, obviously it's 725 horsepower. Now, this thing, yeah, it might not be 700 plus horsepower. However, I can tell you this for a fact, this eats up road like nothing else. I mean, it's so capable. It goes way beyond anything I can ever do with a car. And you know, this with a proper driver behind the wheel would just be unstoppable. It's just the instant power. The noise is intoxicating as well, which, as I say, is something that's really taken me aback, is the noise of this thing. I was expecting to be disappointed. The turbos, as soon as you let off, it's just like, oh, incredible, absolutely incredible. And I really hope that we can do the sound justice in this video, because yeah, for anyone that's considering a Turbo S that's, you know, a little bit worried about the noise, please go and drive one, because, you know, it's just insane. Pick up the phone and give me a call and I'll source one for you as well. Whoa. Crazy. What we're going to do, we're going to slow down a little bit, go back at normal. We're going to pop the roof up, which, as I was saying to Matt earlier, when I collected the car this morning, the roof was actually down, so I've not actually had a chance to properly drive the car with the roof. Pressing the wrong button. There we go. That's another thing to note actually, so it's actually got a different button to put the roof up and put the roof down, which I've never known another car to have that. It's usually obviously just the one button. So let's see what we think, Matt. It's obviously another important thing with it being a convertible is, you know, what's the noise insulation like inside when the roof is up. So let's see. Actually, it's so good that you actually almost wouldn't think you're in a convertible. got to remember this is a soft top convertible as well. It's not a hard top. You know, like some of the competition out there, like the McLaren 570S, you know, like Ferrari's Portofino and things like that. You know, this is a soft top convertible, but it sounds, you know, just like a hard top coupe in terms of wind noise and things. So we'll switch her back into sport, or sport plus even. Let's see, just to see what the noise is like inside the car with the roof up. Man, does that sound even better? Or like, oh my goodness, I was not expecting that either. Right, onto the good bit of road now. Here we go, nice resurface bit. Oh, no, we're back onto a rough bit again. But this is the suspension in its most aggressive mode as well, so stiffest suspension setup. And I mean, it's firm, but it's not too bad, to be honest. The way this thing, oh, it's honestly like this thing is stuck to the road. Like, I cannot believe the speed that this thing can go around corners at, and there's no movement at all. It just sticks. Oh, whoa! No, incredible. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, the 992 Turbo S. Yeah, it is that good. Words cannot even begin to describe how good this thing is. Yeah, it ticks every box for me. If I was to note two things that I was extremely impressed by: one, the sheer unadulterated power, composure, everything. I mean, the braking performance in this thing's nuts, acceleration nuts, the cornering nuts, everything is nuts. It's so good. The noise is the second thing. I was expecting it to be pretty quiet, pretty muted, for me to be pretty disappointed in the noise. Boy was I wrong. The turbo spooling noise of this thing is just insane.
Please confirm the message.
Oh, we've pressed the button on the steering wheel there. Apologies. It's just awesome. Now, bad points. Excuse me, sorry. Switch this off. It's not got voice control, this car as well. So bad points. It's easy to press the voice button on the steering wheel, which it is. I've done this a couple of times before Matt got in the car. And yeah, second thing is probably the dials, to be honest with you. So I was having a good chat with it. Sorry, as I'm saying it, it's very easy to press that button. Yeah, the dials, I was having a chat with the owner this morning, and we're both in agreement that the dials are like, it's got a lovely massive virtual cockpit in the car, but it's almost too big from the point of view that the steering wheel, when you're behind the wheel of the car, actually covers the two far dials on either end. So I need to kind of tilt my head to see what my range is, and tilt my head to see what the time and temperature is. Thankfully, obviously your rev counter and your speedometer are bang in the centre, so you can see them okay. But yeah, just a bit of a funny one, because you know, in terms of fit finishing Porsches, usually Porsche are very, very good at getting everything where you want it to be. I mean, in terms of your centre console, everything's where you'd want it to be, but I think they've got the dashboard a little bit wrong. But aside from that, I cannot fault this car. It's a wonderful thing to drive. Being a cabriolet in a day like today makes it even more special. And yeah, just make sure you pop some sun cream on your forehead so you don't end up with a Bordeaux red forehead to match the interior the way I have. But yeah, anyone interested in a Turbo S, go out, drive one, and I can assure you, you will not be disappointed. So thank you very much for watching. We look forward to seeing you in the next episode, which I can assure you is going to be just as cool. We've got the brand new 2020 Taycan Turbo S on the channel, which I was in this morning for the first time, and yeah, that thing defies all logic. So we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell button so that you're notified of the next video. And yeah, peace out from the Car Diaries. Yeah? You okay with that? Yeah, I think so. Alright.